Welcome back, tubers. Today we're going to replace a wheel bearing on 2019 Chevy Equinox. I already broke these lug nuts loose, jacked it up, and wheel chucked the back so it doesn't roll down my hill here. But obviously take the wheel off. What you do is take this caliper off, and it's the bolts in the back right here. We are on the passenger side, and that is a 14. There's two of them. One down here. There's one right there. One right there. And obviously set these somewhere that you're gonna find them again. That capper comes off. Use a pry bar, screwdriver. Should come off. Set that right up top right here. You don't want to ever let that hang from that hose. I got this guy right here. You can hook it. This guy right here, I made this up, just piece of wire. And just let that guy hang like that. But you never want to let it just hang by that hose, that rubber hose. End up breaking it. So, and then these guys come out. Just push and remove. And while you're in here, you can take a look and see what pads are really telling you. And looks fairly decent. You can see it's pretty good tread or material still. Just set those aside. Okay, so now what we have to do, there are two bolts on the back. There's two bolts in the back. One right here and one right there. Those have to come out for this bracket to come out. So let's get after that. They're going to be a 21 millimeter. Turn the wheel. You guys see that good? I got this bar here. Help me out a little bit there. That's one. Need an extension for the top. I said the wheel bearing went bad on me on the other side. Did the other side and replaced them both in pairs. There's one, and the second one up top. There we go. We got the whole bracket coming off. Set that to the side. I'm gonna remove the rotor, and we got this little retaining screw from the factory. We're gonna use a T30 for that. A T30. And pro tip: use a impact on it so you don't strip it out. Just be careful if you don't have one. Because they're very easily stripped. And you don't need this, guy. It's only for the factory. So you could take it and you can put it back or not. I'm not going to. So, of the rotor, so lightly tap it. Lightly tap it. You don't want to destroy it. We're going to reuse these parts here. And the rotor slides right on off. Just like that. Set that to the side. Okay, so we got the rotor off. We got the caliper off. We got the bracket off. And there's 3 bolts on the back side. We're going to turn the wheel again. Like how I was saying, there's 3 bolts. 3 bolts. There's one right here. There's one up top. And there's one on the other side. Right here. So it's right directly on the other side of this. We need to remove these 3, and that will release this wheel bearing. For those bolts, it's in the 18. Like I said, it's an 18. Having this part really helps out quite a bit. Okay, so those are now broke loose. So we can just remove them. There's one, and it does come with a washer. Make sure that stays on there. got the second one out. And for the third one's down, over, yeah, look behind, you'll see it. Got the third one out. So we got the 3 out. So this wheel bearing is ready to come out, and actually it's kind of loose already, which that's good. But we're probably going to have to persuade it a little bit. So, okay, now we need to take that center nut off. This nut right here, and we're going to use a 32 impact socket. And I got my air impact. You can do it by hand, but I got this guy. Off she goes. It's right there. Set that to the side. So we're all done with that guy right now. So this wheel bearing should be coming off now. And we gotta persuade this thing. The other side kind of fought me a little bit. And what I kind of did last time is got behind this. And then she comes off. She comes right on off. See this old one. This one here is not as bad as the other one. The other one was pretty bad. But I replaced them in pairs. Heat shield or dust shield or whatever that is, that goes there. Everything looks good, and we're ready for the new parts. So there's the 3 bolts from the back side. Take those out. Take the center nut off, and then that thing pops right on off. Use a hammer, persuade it a little bit, but be gentle too. So. Okay, so I got the new one here. I just checked it out. They both look exactly the same. Make sure you put this guy back on. And this guy goes just like this. And we have to slide this onto these splines here. There we go. Adjust that later. And what you can do is take the 3 bolts and feed them on through to kind of pull this back through. read on the internet that it's supposed to be torqued down to 70 pounds. Not 100% sure, but it was on one of the forums. So that's what I'm going to do. So those are nice and secure now. Now we can put the big nut back on. We're gonna put the big nut back on. And start that. Should spin pretty easy on there. Just gonna take this guy and snug it up. Just snug it up just a little bit. And then we're going to take this and we're going to torque it down to, like how I said, I found it online. It said 150 pounds for this guy. I should change it to 150 pounds and not 70. There we go. It's 150. So that should be good to go. Alright, so we can get back to the brakes. We need this guy. This guy goes... Oh, we need to do the rotor first. Rotor. Rotor goes on. Okay. And like how I said, you don't have to put that little screw back in. That's only for the factory. And that one there is the 21. This one. Alright, and we're going to torque that down to 100 pounds. Torque. Okay. The shoes, or the brakes. Slide back in there. Just like that. Okay. So those are back in. And if you remember right, we had these little guys. Don't know what they do, but they came around there, so I'll put them back on them. And they just go right there like that. And believe it or not, these are the kind of camouflage on the cement, so sure to put them in a good place that I'm not going to lose them. On the other side, I spent probably a good 10 minutes looking for one of these guys. And they just sit there like that. Done. And we can put the caliper back on. See if she'll slide back on for me. Perfect. Excellent. Throw these guys back in. You have to get it lined up. Here's one. There's two. And make sure you take this out. Set that aside. Don't need that guy anymore. And that size is size is 14. You don't want to overtime these too much. I think that thing I read said 20 pounds. So we'll put it at 20 pounds. Yep, that's 20 pounds, so that's good to go. That's pretty much a complete job. All you need to do is just put your tire back on, and I think that's torqued down to 96 pounds. So just call it 100. Call it good. You just replaced a wheel bearing. 2019 Chevy Equinox all-wheel drive. Appreciate you watching this video, and subscribe if you would like, and see you in the next one.